Ladies and gentlemen, here's to all legendary Friday afternoon as we welcome you to the day one of the second week of the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split. We're gonna be your shotcasters. I am Shinbu1 for an eye, and of course with me is Yuko. Ladies and gentlemen, into our schedule, you can see there that for our first match, starting this 5 p.m. is gonna be played between JSK Esports versus Mineski. Whereas starting at 7 p.m., our second two-game series for the match 2 would be played between Rebirth Gamers Hub, team from Pampanga, and of course the defending champion from Iloilo. It's gonna be Acclaim Empire X. If you could see dun sa schedule natin, what are your thoughts so far?
JSK tsaka Mineski, veterans versus underdogs. So makita natin doon na we will and will expect a lot of changes and kung ano yung diversity ng skills nila.
And of course, knowing these two teams, sabi mo nga, changes, di ba? In terms of play style, we've known Mineski as a team who has a tendency to play for the long game. Diba? Like aim for the long game. Like during the time na si EXO nasa ADC position pa, pinapa-farm muna siya, diba? Go for the late game. Ngayon na siguro si EXO nasa mid na, but they've adjusted in a playstyle that focus more on the early game. Now, into our standings, you could see there, of course, that these two teams are about to enter this match getting a very, very nice start in our week 1. Both has 2-0.
Malinis na malinis pa, wala pa silang defeat.
Wala pang defeat, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the story here is, of course, JSK Esports, the new team. The new team, ladies and gentlemen, facing off a veteran team. Diba? Clearly, JSK Esports is going to enter this match as an underdog against Mineski.
Regardless kung underdog sila pagpasok sa match, I would like to give emphasis on the fact na nandun pa rin sila sa max skill cap nila.
Yes, of course. And not to mention that in terms of stats, yung kanilaban ng JSK Esports dito, Rebirth Gamers Hub. And in terms of, their performance, KDA, kill participation, good numbers are coming out from this new team.
Speaking of good numbers, emphasis and all of that, let's just go straight to the drafting phase.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, drafting phase, here we go. Kaigo is the first phase we'll see onto our screen.
Okay.
Onto our screen, ladies and gentlemen, do take note guys na etong drafting phase natin ngayon for the Pro Gaming Series will be rolling the updated 10-ban system for competitive League of Legends. In a nutshell, the 10-ban system would allow two teams to ban 5 champions against the enemy team.
Pero syempre, bahati yun into 2 phases.
Yes.
Una, 3 bans, and then the other phase would be 2 bans.
Definitely, that is correct, Yuko. And of course, for my first picking phase din, tatlo munang picks, di ba? And finally, that will conclude with 2 picks each. Obviously, the first pick pa rin will go to the blue side team. Pero dun sa second picking phase, it will start on the red side. It will start on the red side. Now, looking into the bans, ladies and gentlemen, we have this Twisted Fate here, coming in from the side of JSK Esports. Meanwhile, we also have a ban coming in mula sa Mineski naman. It's a Jin and Kha'Zix. Looking into these bans, you could see na yung Jin dito, binanang Mineski, the best player so far in terms of score from JSK Esports is A-Style. He has a very, very excellent performance pagdating dito sa nung last na laban nila against Rebirth Gamers Hub, and he's playing Jin for 2 games straight. So it's quite intuitive talaga for Mineski rin to just remove that.
They would, yeah, that's true. They would want to edit muna, put out muna yung champion na we all know na sanay si A-Style and he was able to carry the team as Jin.
Yeah, that is the big question now. Kung ano ba, may iba pa bang bala si A-Style? Do take note na ang nilaro din ni Weasel dito, if you could see ni Weasel, Spotless dito, if you look into the last picks, would be a Lux. And that's 2 games in Lux.
2 games as Lux.
2 games in Lux. I know, it's not much of a threat naman talaga siguro sa meta ngayon yung Lux. It could be played around mostly by many champs. You could see a Syndra pickup nga dito ng Mineski. And in my opinion, I think Syndra fares well against the Lux despite the nerfs. And right now, I want to mention as well that there's also a ban mula sa JSK Esports. They're gonna remove the Ashe. No? They're gonna remove the Ashe as well against Mineski. The one who'll be playing for the ADC position for Mineski, do take note guys, won't be James. Last time was, I think it's Zensho. Pero yung 2 games ng Mineski, it was split between James and Zensho. James was playing Ezreal during that time. So this time we're gonna be having Zensho. And I think part of the chapel talaga naman ni Zensho would be the Ashe. Now, for the picks. So far, 3 picks revealed here for the first phase ng picking natin mula sa JSK Esports. We have the Camille, we have the Varus, we got the Zyra. For the side of Mineski, we are waiting for their last pick. We have the Shen and again the Syndra. So, initial thoughts muna dito, Yugo.
Looking sa JSK Esports, we all know si Camille, madalas siyang nababan.
Mhm.
And I'm actually a bit excited given na one of the members from JSK chose Camille. Tapos, Varus is kind of like a flex pick because we could see him both as ADC or pwede din siya sa mid.
Yeah,
For
can be played
Zyra,
in the mid lane.
And for Zyra, we both know na, well, Zyra is pretty known lately as support.
Yes, it's very dangerous actually to put someone as immobile as Varus sa mid lane. Pero bandang ano yun bandang mid game naman yun na nakaka-burst instantly si Syndra using her ultimate. Do take note din na binawasan rin naman yung present ball, yung mechanic that allows Syndra to reset her balls using the force of will. So in a way, that's also a nerf dun sa kanyang ultimate kahit hindi naman directly ni-nerf yung ultimate niya during the 7.1 patch. Pero one thing that is cool about a Varus in the mid lane is that it can consistently farm from a distance. And, having a Varus in the mid lane, it doesn't make it awkward to build the Tear of the Goddess. Usually kasi pag ADC, mas awkward na pating na mag-start ka from Tear of the Goddess. Although, we know, Ezreal. And yeah, Ezreal has a very awkward itemization kahit sa bottom lane kasi priority rin talaga yung Tear of the Goddess. Because the running logic for ADC is to build damage even early on, right? Now, completing the bans here, we got the LeBlanc. We also removed the Corki from EXO, which is actually did very well against Calculated during their match against Acclaim Empire X. Completing the bans naman dito para sa Mineski would be the Zac getting removed as well as the Lee Sin, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of pick-up champions and actually a lot of focus in the jungle. Ang nilalagay dito ng Mineski, they have their eyes set, interestingly, not on A-style, but only on Spear. 4 bans dedicated para kay Spear. Ayan. And looking here, we also have for the picks ng JSK Esports, we have Cassiopeia completing the picks here and also the Graves. For Mineski's side, completing all the picks, we'll be seeing a Nocturne, interestingly, and of course, the Orianna. So, thoughts for this full compositions na nakikita natin ngayon?
Nagulat ako actually na meron silang Syndra support, but we all know na in terms of burst, okay din mag-support si Syndra. And well, Zyra, pag meron kang buff from a dragon, pwede mo na lang ilagay din yung plants and then off combat ka na.
Yes, we say na sabi ko kanina, pwede kang makapag-farm from a distance as a Varus. And bandang mid-game pa yun yung threat na pwede kang i-burst or i-combo ng Syndra. Pero the thing about the bottom lane compared to the mid lane, kahit ang mid lane yung shortest lane, yung bottom lane, bent siyang lane. And actually, it can be said na malaki-laki yung field ng bottom lane. And somehow, parang force yung mga players to take a more risky position compared to the mid lane dun sa bottom lane, especially with the brush na mas malapit sa'yo on the side. And that's the problem of that's gonna be the problem for A-style of having to face a Syndra support. Now, for our player statistics, you could see there that the mid lane matchup is the one getting featured here. And clearly, interestingly ito yung stat na nakakalamang lamang ang Mineski. Actually, with JSK's win against Rebirth Gamers Hub, most of their stats, mas lamang yung stats nila. For the top lane lamang yung JSK, for the jungle lamang din yung JSK, ng konti lang. In the bottom lane, malaki-laki yung lamang ni A-Style against the ADCs ng Mineski. Pero if you look nga dun sa mid lane, dun yata nagkakatalo. Dun may malaking edge. And this is EXO we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You could see the players there as well. For the top, you could see Weasel, for the jungle, Spear, Spotless on the mid, A-Style, AD carry, Blaze for support in JSK Esports. Meanwhile, for Mineski, we also have Kaigo for the top lane, Nixta in the jungle, Exosen for the mid lane, Zensho AD carry, and TG for support advance has been completed. So kayo guys, sa mga viewers natin, sino kaya sa palagay nyo ang mananalo? Or rather, sino ang sinusuportahan nyo? What about you?
Looking sa mid lane, based sa last game, I would have to commend the fact na si Exosen, madalas siyang nasa bot lane. Down and stuff like that. So, feeling ko sa game na to, more clashes or more tension would be focused on the bot lane. And so, again, as junglers, going naman sa role ng junglers, they have to look out and have enough vision para ma-anticipate nyo na will the enemy team initiate a gang sa bot lane.
Yes, clearly, a lot has been removed against Spear in the jungle. 4 na jungle bans yung dinala dito ng Mineski. Pero clearly din makikita mo na ang taas ng big potential ng bottom lane. Naglagay ang Mineski ng Syndra sa bottom lane Good thing siguro for JSK na binan nila yung Twisted Fate kasi ang daling nakaka-teleport ng Twisted Fate pagdating sa bottom lane. I'm very interested though of how the Orianna synergizes with the composition. Pero in terms of the face-off kasi is a Cassiopeia, so you know, it's not really leaning more on the Orianna that much. Pero in my opinion, I feel that Orianna has a better trade mechanic compared to Cassiopeia. Mas mataas yung utility din ni Orianna. And I think mas less conditional, ang setup ni Orianna compared to Cassiopeia.
Looking back sa mention mo na about Orianna, gusto ko sanang parang ma-emphasize dun yung what would Orianna do with her shockwave, given na, well, useful siya as a initiate. And I kind of predicted na MSK would go more on team fights.
Yes, I think so too. There's the Shen. They have a lot of hits for forcing a team fights. And that's one thing that JSK may want to
watch out for.
To understand and watch out for. That what they need is to fight from a distance. Ang problema lang talaga dito is yung mid laner nila, conditional yung setup. Yung pag-set up ng skill. She has to be in range and in danger range para mailagay yung kanyang petrifying gaze. Diba? But of course, for the face checks, I'm really excited. You know, these champions, considering these champions naman, we also would want to account that there's a lot of crowd control din na kaya namang ibagsak ng JSK Esports bago man mag-dive yung MSK. They have the grasping roots of the Zyra. They also have the corrupted chains of the Varus. And maybe that would open up for the Cassiopeia ultimate, diba? So, what we'll be expecting is an explosive mid game. That's my take for this one. Like, ang taas nung frequency ng mga team fights.
And going back sa sinabi niya kanina, MSK is known for prolonging a game. Na-mention mo na magiging dangerous na yung composition nila pag nag-mid to late part. So, JSK might want to look out for that.
Yes, I think for the ADC dito ng MSK, we're seeing a Draven. If I'm not mistaken, that was a Draven. That was a Draven, right? So if that was a Draven, it's gonna be a long game talaga. It's like the long game. Parang meron silang asset for the long game. That's what I want to say. So there can be an asset for the long game in the hands of the Draven. And do take note, guys, that in a 7.1 patch, may buff kay Draven na leans more on the late game. It is the change in the Q where the scaling is put not on the total attack damage but rather on the bonus attack damage. So as he ramps up more and more items, mas masakit yung Q niya.
Actually, going back sa MSK, kanina I did a couple of questions. Kasi sabi nila, they want to go aggressive but then again conservative.
Conservative?
Diba? Grabe, dalawang magkaibang bagay.
Ayun yung binitaw na word ni... Kanina nang galing yan?
Secret na lang muna.
Secret na lang muna, okay. Okay,
ayun,
so, aggressive conservative, what do they mean?
Nung tinanong ko kung bakit, nakanus nilang sabihin na they want to put pressure and keep on poking. But then again, ayaw nilang ma-end agad.
Ayaw nilang
Ayaw nilang mag-end agad yung game. So, more pokes, more damage, more aggression.
Okay. So, I understand, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we dive into the Summoner's Reef. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, powered by Bahus Energy Drink. Drive your energy. Let's go to Game 1. JSK Esports versus MSK. Of course, do take note that, guys, we are live at game.youtube.com/phgarena/live. So, guys, mga viewers natin, should you want to interact with us, please log in your Gmail accounts, di ba? Andiyan yung mga moderators natin. Kasama rin natin dyan, kakulitan yung mga summoners natin. And also, watch out for the search and win promo. May lalabas pong code. Rather link sa stream natin. You may have to type it on your browser. Okay? Kung ako sa inyo, guys, mag-ready na kayo ng tab. Okay? Or a different browser. Kung saan pwede nyo i-type yung link na yon. And once you visited that link, paunahan po tayo. Just follow the instructions. You get a chance to win a mystery gift.
A word of clarification lang sa search and win. There will be 4 links. 4 links. Tapos, sa 5th one, a link won't be present but pipili at random sa kung sino man yung nag-input at least once sa first 4 links na yun.
So, see guys, kung may mauna naman sa inyo, hindi ibig sabihin talo na. May pag-asa pa.
May 5th chance pa. Go
lagi
lang.
Yan, okay. Stay lang, di ba? Be dedicated, ladies and gentlemen. Now into the game. Considering the matchups here, you can see that there's a full leash to be done. Interestingly, by Kaigu against for Nixta. the thing here is that clearly the delay sa pagbisita ni Kaigu doon sa top lane gives an info that that Nixta started red. Let's see what can be capitalized on by Spear. Do take note that the Greaves, whenever you pick up a Greaves for the jungle, yes, Greaves has enough burst. Yes, right. But the thing about Greaves is that still you would want to ramp up more items, and in a sense could be said that when you're playing Greaves jungle, you're aiming for the long game as well. You're trying to build a composition na magiging kang your role is going to be like a secondary ADC talaga.
Since pag-usapan mo naman yung bot lane, I would like to give emphasis naman sa mid lane. If the jungle, si Nixta, binigyan niya ng enough resources,
Okay,
or
pero
parang...
hold on, maybe we're in for a first blood. Flash of the Weasel, flash in Nixta, and double flash pa mula sa
That was the
Mineski.
first blood.
Clearly a first blood swagging by the Ninja, ladies and gentlemen, against Weasel, not giving any rest time for the top laner ng JSK Esports. Interestingly, hindi umatras si Weasel, no? Wala yatang na-report na wala yatang nag-hint na guys, nag-start yung Nocturne sa top lane, di ba? At medyo kailangan mo lang antayin yung hookshot ng Camille at wala nang pantakas yun except for the flash.
Malay mo, pinaplano pala nila yun. Nabigay mo na yung first blood, tapos sila na yung...
That's one, oh. Strategy namin yan,
Diba?
ni Manjin. Oh,
We'll
yan.
never know.
Si Manjin, laging strategy niya yan. Binibigay agad muna yung kill. Ayan. Tapos bahala na manalo.
YOLO na. Going back sa sabi ko kanina, Nixta would want to give more resources kay Exosen given na last time, Exosen's presence was all around the map.
Yes, yun nga.
So, ayun nga. Going back, lalo na sa bot lane.
Sa bot lane. And interestingly though, Nixta made a first attempt. Parang lucky gank eh.
Diba?
Doon sa top lane eh. Kasi I believe as well that Nixta may want to focus in the mid lane. Especially that in order to deal damage at the least. Is that Cassiopeia, kailangan lumapit-lapit siya. And that allows Nixta. That allows more opportunities for the Nocturne, or that allows more chances of success for the Nocturne's gang if ever he wants to camp this mid lane. Do take note, guys, that we have no flash available in the top lane.
It was burned.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Naunahan lang din talaga ni Nixta yung si Spear dito sa top lane. Spear was able to respond in the top lane, but it was too late. And interestingly, if I'm not mistaken, naka-Thunder Lord's Decree dito si Nixta on his Nocturne. So,
Alam mo sabi mo dun?
clearly that helps dun sa first blood. And clearly that helps. Like Nixta would say, Chong, may Thunder Lord's Decree ako, so let's go. Okay, so...
Atake lang, atake. Actually, pag na-max out ni Cassiopeia agad yung double niya, Nixta would want to assist Exosen.
Nixta, yeah. Is that the... I think that's the miasma, no? Well, merong playstyle naman. Pero as far as I know kasi, when you are playing Cassiopeia, what you're maxing out muna is your Q, then your E. Well, if you want to max out the W, there's one playstyle naman. Like, should you want to disable the mobility ng mid lane mo? Or, ang playstyle mo is cover ground, like zone out. Plus, yeah, there is this playstyle na, like, try to have a longer miasma. And, you know, kasi pag na-poison mo yung kalaban, mas you would want a larger miasma because you know it would open up for more opportunities to land those twin fangs. So that's one possibility. But for now, I think what is Spotless is maximizing here is the Q. So we'll see. Right now, in terms of itemization, interestingly, Spear Rush Berserker's Greaves. Now this one, I'm not so sure because in this phase of the game, I'd still recommend like just rushing your jungle items. I'm not sure if nakakapagbigay nga ng ganun ka-relevant yung combat stats na naidadala dito. Attack speed ng Berserker's Greaves para kay Greaves mismo. In a sense that, you know, the mechanic for Greaves is like aim for those high damage. Oh, Petrifying Gaze, look at that. You could see how Exosen is winning this trade. But of course, Spotless not hesitating to land his Petrifying Gaze. Here comes Nixta, ladies and gentlemen. Won't be landing any crowd control.
Ang ganda ng response actually ni Nixta kanina.
Ganda rin. And of course, Spear is there as well. So you could see that even from a distance, these two jungles have their eyes set in the mid lane. Now you could see interestingly, that the Nocturne has Thunderlord's Decree for his Keystone Mastery. And that's gonna be the Cassiopeia, aiming more for the utility side. Also, a lot of bursts. That's a given. Na Syndra, even in the mid lane, would pick a Thunderlord's Decree. The thing about here is that tatlong Thunderlord's Decree yung nasa Mineski. And and that speaks something that they want. They definitely want to kill someone.
Obviously, full aggression nga, di ba?
Oo. Obviously, sino yung someone na yun? So, should ever that MSK would want to go for a pick-up playstyle, yes, they can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Yan.
can and we will.
Yeah,
Ganon.
Ano yan, shoutouts kay Obama sa exit ni Obama.
Nanonood ba yun?
Ayan. So, right now, into this game, of course, an default trade-up, consider that spotless. When I say default trade-up, or default itemization, you know, if you're facing a mid laner, you're aiming for more duels, you'd be picking up Negatron Cloak. Interestingly, EXO would be more confident. Instead of a Negatron Cloak, he's gonna be rushing the mana end ng Morelio Nomicon. So, that's one info. If ever a trade-up comes here in the mid lane, Cassiopeia should be in the position to win that one. But we'll see still. In terms of control kasi, mas may control ngayon sa minions at sa lane niya, si EXO.
Looking at Spotless, naalala ko last game na, I'm sorry, kay Spotless, he puts more wards. Tapos, one of the things na magiging essential para sa JSK would be keep Exosen at bay.
Hextech ultimatum onto Kaigu, not backing down. Mula kay Weasel, one last hit! Will he get the dash? No, the slow, ladies and gentlemen, or rather the DOT mula sa red buff. Spear will impale Hindi Shen. So, 1-1 in our scoreboard.
Tinatay out na sabi nila, kanina kasi na first blood kami, so we have to get that kill
Yeah,
again.
and it's too late to actually flash out. I like it na si Kaigu nag-commit na lang. You cannot flash a Hextech ultimatum. That would be a waste of a summoner spell.
Wala ka nang magagawa.
Wala kang maintindihan.
Kung wala ka nang maintindihan.
Pag nakakuha ka ng Hextech ultimatum, kanta ka na lang, diba?
Smile na lang, tapos ikot-ikot sa loob.
Yung tropa mo na kapag pugong-pugo na sa laro, kumakanta na lang. Anyway, yun nga. And Kaigu actually, after the Hextech ultimatum, hindi pa rin siya nag-flash. That is because the Shadow Dash is on cooldown. So, it's very likely that the Graves will catch up on him. His life is already in kill range. So, you know, Kaigo realized that most likely I'm gonna die. Let's just deal more damage. Yeah.
Rather than burn that flash.
Yes. So, we'll see. Right now, Kaigo will still be in the position to fight against this Camille in the top lane. The champion has been completed. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. We seal. Going aggressive ba? Kay Kaigo ba dito? Pero let's see. Spear's gonna join this fight, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see if an ultimate will be cast. Will that be successful, ladies and gentlemen? That's gonna be that's gonna be like a teleport, no? For the mid lane. Okay? Ultimate mission in the mid lane. Okay? So now in the bottom lane, let's see A-Style will receive the Nocturne's Paranoia. Quite awkward follow-up coming here from the bottom duo of Mineski. No casualty yet.
And nakita natin kanina, and going back to bot lane, tama nga yung projection ko na madaming tension dito. And Mineski is really going out sa bot lane because right now na hinahabol si A-Style.
Okay. So, there we go nga, as we would want to mention, continuing this team fight, grasping roots, catches TG, huli ang bola dito ng ating Sidra, now leading the fray is gonna be Weasel, and JSK Esports will come in big, 3-1, it's our scoreboard, they might go for a Drake. It's gonna be a Cloud Drake, ladies and gentlemen. Now, mentioning for that fight, do take note, Cassiopeia, nasan si Cassiopeia dito? Ayan, nandito sa bottom lane. Hindi nakarespond kaagad dito, of course, si Exosen dun sa laban dun sa bottom lane. But do take note that those kind of itemizations, the defensive itemizations of Spotless, actually manifested itself not against Exo, but rather against TG. And, you know, that's really nice. Whereas, yun nga, offensive itemizations nga ang dinadala dito ni Exo. So,
low-key helping the support kasi yun.
Diba? Low-key. May mga low-key. Parang low-key strategies, no? Yan, no? Yung parang hindi naman priority, pero on the sides.
For the sake of it. And the next dragon will be an Infernal Drake. Wow. Damage.
Yes. So, Infernal Drake, Juicy Drake, right now, not much of an award, you know, given that you have the Cloud Drake. What would benefit? One champion that would benefit from this one would be Spear, because he would want to counter gank more. And, you know, a Cloud Drake helps a lot when it comes to that you want to read your opponent's movements and be there whenever they want to go for the gank. You know, you always want to be there. And if you always want to be there, basically yun, kailangan mo ng Cloud Drake.
I would like to agree on the fact na sinabi mong magiging useful yung JK, yung Infernal JK Spear kasi nakikita natin kanina na his response is really all over the map. As in, pag nag-back yung kalaban niya, biglang nandun siya.
Oh yeah, what I want to say is yung Cloud Drake din. Nakakatulong talaga kay Spear. Pero yes, of course, sino bang hindi natutulungan talaga ng Infernal Drake?
Well, technically, yung favorite dragon.
Oo,
So,
that's the best Drake available. You could see there now, visiting naman the ADC stats. You could see the comparative stats natin for the AD carry position. Interestingly, mas mataas ang GPM para ni Zencho and a kill participation. But take note of the high KDA that A-Style is delivering into this game. Now, you could see how Spear impaled to Zencho as well. TG will join this fight. Dumili ng ating mapa. Nocturne Paranoia onto A-Style. Now, the Shadow Dance won't connect onto Spear, but will he be able to survive? He flashes off! Kaigu will slay him down. It's a shutdown and a 2-for-1 in favor of Mineski.
Actually, one of the things I would like to give emphasis is, feeling ko, kaya nila pinili si Zara as support would be to pressure A-Style. Well, yun nga, burst-wise and all of that. Tapos, they still have Exosen as Orianna.
Okay, obviously. Interestingly, no, na, yung playstyle dito rin, ni Exosen, I was expecting more response from EXO. But maybe because hindi naman kasama si Spotless doon. Pero it's just interesting talaga. Yung major skirmish before that 2-1 kanina in favor of Mineski. Hindi nakapunta agad si EXO. You know? Because if there's one player that I would think that would always visit this bottom lane, si EXO yun. Pero siguro the battle plan here by Mineski is to just leave EXO in the mid lane. Orianna has a very, very nice wave clear, you know, and that allows for a safe mid lane na hindi basta-basta mababasag ng kahit sino. And instead of EXO, ang dadalahin ng Mineski is si Kaigo na lang. Deliver na siya in the bottom lane. Pero of course, comparing to the top laner, especially Ashen, and comparing to Cassiopeia, I think mas effective kung yung main damage dealer nyo ang dadalhin nyo sa teamfight talaga instead of your main tanks. So, I mean, for this early game, mid game fights.
Early game pa lang naman.
Yeah. And, you know, early game pa nga naman talaga. 14-minute mark na tayo, ladies and gentlemen, and we're still sitting on the 21k gold mark.
Eh, going back sa sinabi mo, yung they would want to leave Exosen muna sa mid lane. Siguro they just want to take down the turret first. By push lang ng push and then just gradually dalaw everywhere na lang sa lane.
Yeah, at parang siguro, playstyle dito ng Mineski might be not to remove pressure in the mid lane. Not to remove pressure in the mid lane because, you know, if you just leave an Orianna talaga in the mid lane then, he's gonna ramp up. He's gonna ramp up, you know. Look at the CS right now, 142 CS. I think it's very likely that on the next recall, EXO would be purchasing magic penetration boots. The sword shoes, ladies and gentlemen. And but I think that's one signal that he should be joining the fights na. We'll see though. We'll see, guys. Again,
looking into Jengski, so sa mga naisip kong ways on how they could win would be keep their top lane healthy.
Keep their top lane. When you say healthy, no, naglagay nga na apostrophe doon, parang safe, di ba? Safe.
Ayoko kasi sabihin feed. So, healthy.
In a sense that kung hindi man sila maka-respond, they are still able to do something.
They're still whistle.
Yes, across the map. So, right now, ang ating mapa, nag-tone down siya. Okay?
Kumalma muna siya.
Looking into the summoner spells, you could see that the major players here by Mineski, by the book, has their flash on cooldown. Not much really. So if something is to be forced here by Jengski, they are in the position. Because mas lamang sila sa flash. Both mid laners nila, both ADC nila has a flash. Interestingly, wala pa po tayong first blood turret sa laban natin. So dun din maingat, dun din maalaga yung Mineski dito.
Naalaga nila ang turrets nila.
Jengski, that's one reason. Interestingly nga lang, si Spotless nakagank pa sa bottom lane. Kahit hindi iniiwanan ni EXO itong mid lane natin. We'll see, guys. Again, I would like to commend the ganks that comes in from Nixta. Very on point. Hindi masyadong pilit. Saktong-sakto lang. Not that
Planado nga
excellent.
kasi nila.
Planado. Oh.
Like a shooting star yung pasok niya.
Tsaka Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, next na ultimate. Dala-dala ang Shen! Ninja umakain ng bala. Shockwave onto Spotless with the Thunderlord's Decree. There's the burst that you'll get. Weasel will blow away EXO as well. So it's a 1-for-1. Both mid laners are removed from the map. 5-4, ladies and gentlemen.
I like how kanina pinag-usapan natin si Nyx at tapos biglang bam, nag-set na naman siya. And they actually pulled in Cassiopeia in that Hextech ultimatum.
And actually on that discussion, yun nga yung gusto ko i-discuss kung gaano ka-powerful yung engage dito ng MSK. Nocturne's Paranoia, hindi mo alam kung nasaan yung Shen, and I think we could see that out of the blue, Zyra has been plucked out of the map. You could see as well that Spear will be removed, Zensha bagging that one, and in the end, for the totality, 3-1 ang kinabagsakan ng laban na to. A big win, I'd say, for Mineski. Interestingly, hindi pa natin, I think A-Styles participated in that match. So, bawas na bawas siya. But overall, for the totality of those engaged, clearly, Mineski will take a big bounty of an Infernal Drake.
With all that efforts, all that kills, all that skills popped out, ang prize nila ang Infernal Drake.
Yes, of course. So, that's gonna be big. I mean, should you want to burst someone, clearly, good thing na lang talaga, defensive pickup dito, si Cassiopeia. Ang malaking tanong ay si Varus. No rush for any X-Drinker, no rush for any Mob Malmortius. I think what I'm seeing here ay, sabi nga ng mga Mineski casters, chapsuy. Halo-halo build. I mean, for A-Style, I think it's intuitive that he might be building for, hindi naman masama mag-Infinity Edge din, pero might be an Essence Reaver. That's my guess. Pag gano'n ka-intuitive, BF Sword, may Short Sword, meron ding Dagger.
Lahat na lang.
May Doran's Blades. Chapsuy nga. Pero I think if you're considering Varus, Essence Reaver would be one pick up. Spear, the red buff. Parang tiningnan niya lang si EXO doon for the final kill. And yep, 6-6
Bumelo muna siya bago
scoreboard.
siya magbaksak ng last kill.
Do take note guys. Veteran team versus New Bloods team. And JSK Esports, we're making a good statement in this game.
I would have to say na kayang-kaya nilang so far, nilang makipagsabayan sa Mineski. You see the kill trade, pati yung pag-set nila.
Oo, or malay natin. Baka hindi JSK Esports yung nakikipagsabayan. Baka Mineski pa nga. Let's see. Blaze will land the CC. Crowd control. Nocturne Paranoia. Will he be targeting anyone? Rather in the mid lane, I think, as Zensho managed to slay the ADC A-Style, ladies and gentlemen. So 1-for-1 as TG will go down as well. Chase for Spotless. Puts in the poison. No more gap closers. No more ultimates. 7-7. And I think that resets that fight. Still, everyone may aim for something. Weasel is also here to join the party. Won't be enough. That's the thing talaga eh. Parang champion-wise and duel-wise, lamang ang JSK Esports, pero ang problema, nagkakatalo sa number. Every team fight, it can be, Mineski would be confident that they will have the numbers advantage just because of the ultimates. Oh! Hold that thought, ladies and gentlemen. Is that a shockwave? Yes, it is. Command attack, pick up by EXO. Movement speed, last command attack, gets the kill. Weasel will be blown away.
Partida pa yun, nakakuha pa ng turret hit si EXO-Sen doon.
Connect to Chase ka lang, tapos kill range na rin yung kalaban. May shield ka pa sa Oriana.
Why not?
Sure kill, share win. And right now, we are 10 seconds away before the Baron will spawn na maalam na sa Summoner's Rift, si Rift Herald. And I think steadily in this prolonged early game, when it's supposed to be start na ng mid-game, may konting lead, yung Mineski. 2K gold lead.
Actually, yung going back sa mo earlier na once mid to late game, Mineski would have that edge. Kasi nga, their composition compared to JSK Esports.
Yes, and clearly, you could see how A-Style is having a hard time when it comes to the positioning. In a sense na mas buwelong-buwelo talaga maka-farm ngayon si Zensho. Though pares na naman yung CS, pero you could see that the kill score here, nakakalamang si Zensho just because there's a lot of threat really that comes in from TG. And take note of TG's assist. That's 5 assists. So it cannot be denied na on top of those kills by Zensho, it was opened up by TG.
I just have to ask, since ngayon lang tayo nakakita ng Syndra as support, Zyra versus Syndra support,
All
right?
that shot, Nocturne may aim for the tower dive. There's also the ultimate of Draven getting the slay, cutting this plant. And that's an easy pick up, under by Mineski. This is Mineski's momentum, clearly, as they are getting champions over champions. on top of a tower. On top of a tower. Interestingly, ang nakakuha ng first blood tower dito still would be the top lane of MSK getting removed, and that prompts them 4 members, sending 4 members and force their way into this bottom lane. That's why naman pala nagkaroon ng call signal and confidence si Nixta na mag-tower dive. Because they spotted Spear in the top lane. JSK would be wiser. Let's take the mid lane. 2 in exchange for 1. That is the math of JSK.
Really witty plan from MSK. Tapos nakakatawa yung pagpasok ni Nixa, then bam, they just plucked out that plant.
Yes, and also, you can see how the Negatron glow is paying off so well. Nixa will force something, kiting A-Style! A-Style, ladies and gentlemen! And Nixa will be gone! TG gets pop as well. Spear is in the house! JSK's momentum is here! They are putting fangs onto Kaigo. Weasel leading the fray. Draven is kiting away. And you can see how Camille jumps onto the Draven. Hextech ultimatum. Run! Exos and run! And Sencho as well. You could see, will they continue slow onto Zensho? Spear is in range. Will they be able to take the kill? Yes, they will, and they'll get a shutdown. They'll get a bounty. That is 4 members of MSK going down. 11-9 into the scoreboard, evening the gold, ladies and gentlemen.
It took them a while to kill Zensho though.
Oh, will they?
Nakakuha pa ng kill si Exosen. Wow. Parang yun yung dahil nag-back kami, papatay mo na ako ng isang team member nyo kasi yun yung pambawi nyo sa akin.
And this is a team fight characterized by JSK against Rebirth Gamers Hub. Kapag nakakuha sila ng lead, kapag alam na kaya ang laban, papalagan nila yan. Village yan. Pero 3 yung namatay mula dito sa JSK Esports. Forcing too much for the chase under the second turret. And that's one. Complacency will punish you. So yeah, it's like bigla, nakabawi ulit, na-offset ulit yung lead by MSK. Ladies and gentlemen, the search and win code.
Tananan, you might want to type that. Pero wag sa tab na pinapanood nyo kami. Mag-open muna kayo ng bagong tab and then input that link.
Dapat next time, gandahan natin yung sound effects natin pag lalabas yung code.
Baka may...
Hindi yung tanananan. Parang, chirin!
Tapos may confetti.
Ganon.
And here we have MSK targeting that Cloud Drake.
Yes, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Do take note that MSK already bagged in an Infernal Drake. Kami naman, isang Cloud Drake naman dyan! Pero rather, with the steal attempt by A-Style, it's good with the Cloud Drake going to MSK.
Actually, obvious naman na gusto niyang kunin. Kaso, well,
yep.
the red team responded.
So, right now, that chase, that 3 kills, getting taken by MSK, sayang. Sayang yung momentum kanina na pick up ng JSK Esports, forcing a lot against Orianna. Do take note that Orianna has a lot of utility, lalo na pagdating sa movement speed. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, grasping roots won't allow for the Shen to join this fight. And ayun yung gusto sana namin gawin kanina. Kaso
hindi na nangyari kanina, so ngayon ginawa namin.
Ngayon nagawa na
Next came in late though. So
face check there as well by Weasel. 3 members. Make that 2 members. Or rather 3 members na as Nixta is also in range to join this fight. Weasel will walk away. He is already in kill range. They cannot afford to lose this fight because in any instance, pag natalo yung JSK doon, remove 2 members, insta-baron for MSK.
Actually, looking into Zarya, ang ganda ng ginawa niya na while Whistle was being chased, bilang she dropped a skill then bam, it really helped Whistle escape.
Yes. So
JSK targeting that.
Right now, your first insight sa estado ng game natin ngayon, merong Infernal, merong Cloud Drake, every members ng larong to, they are now already cashing in their 3rd core item. 2nd core item is already completed. What are your thoughts for the itemizations?
Putting it into simpler terms, parang gusto nilang mag-all out, but then again, they want to have that plan B na in case something goes wrong, meron kaming pang backup.
Meron pa rin pang backup. I think, in terms of itemization, mas aggressive ang itemization dito ng MSK. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of offensive damage mula kay Nixta.
Going all out.
Yeah, there's the Merc Threads. If I'm not mistaken, this can be built onto yung call na merong spell shield or Hex Drinker. Hex Drinker would be intuitive for Nocturne. Pero it's about time that Nocturne should be building defensive itemizations na. Because it's very effective. It's very effective. Right now, what would be ideal for MSK is to have a 2nd front line. Because right now, considering as well the composition of JSK, it would be very hard for them to like micromanage and take control of their positioning. Kung meron 2 Brusco na nasa harapan na ng gugulo sa inyo, and that will open up a lot. That will clearly open up a lot for EXO to make a setup. But look at that. Sneaky. ng JSK dito. Wow!
Well, thinking na Dragon, nagbabantay sila sa mid
Wow,
tower.
ang ganda. Ang galing. Ang galing. Sneaking.
Really nice.
Oo. Huling-huli si Jepoy dyan. Flash in by A-Style. Will receive the shockwave ultimate by Nocturne. And in an instant, JSK will lose their ADC. Awkward positioning for Spotless. Flash in as well by Kaiku. Petrifying Gaze. This is all out for JSK. Double kill na si EXO dito. And just like that, in an instant, EXO with the massive play coming in big against the bottom duo of JSK. Sayang na sayang.
Akala ko bibikit kayo. We could see na inuna nila si A-Style. They wanted to take out Varus first and then they let Exosen take the lead. That was, wow.
Alam mo yun, etong JSK may diskarte. Diskarte kung sa diskarte, kitang-kita doon sa Baron, di ba? Pero, alam mo yun, yung mistake, what they need is to prevent the frequency of those mistakes. You have to respect the shockwave of Oriana. Laki ng burst na yun. And do take note, you don't even have any defensive itemizations or magic resistance for that. So, this one, of course, papasok na kasi si Spotless dito. Should that ultimate of Varus connected, it will open up for the Petrifying Gaze. Pero of course, it went all south. Nakuha ni Varus dito yung ultimate ni Cassiopeia. And yeah, basically, Mineski with the pickups.
Again, next up with that amazing initiate.
What I can think is that overkill lang. What can be done there by Mineski to optimize their engage better? Sana hindi na nag-ultimate si Nocturne kay Varus. What he could have done would be to cast Paranoia, pero cast the dash sa likod ni Varus, dun sa champion sa likod ni Varus. Kasi may enough tank na siya. Although that's Zyra, pero like, you can clearly bait out the Zyra. Kasi surely, if you're in the back of the Varus, most likely patay na talaga yung Varus. Especially that he is in kill range. Isang Umbra Blades lang tsaka Q, and Varus will go down. No need to really like point blank Paranoia on Varus.
Actually, natuwa ako dito ng tuwing nag-initiate ng clash ng Mineski. It's always all out. Tapos bilang bam, bam, bam.
Biglang
biglang
magpa-brand out sa Mineski. Biglang didilim yung mapa, ladies and gentlemen. But still, things are pretty even. Do take note that in terms of map, hindi ganon, hindi nagre-reflect dito yung napapanalo ng Mineski na team fights. I'd say as well. In terms of CS, in terms of KDA, hindi nalalayo itong dalawang teams na to. Pero clearly, mas marami lang talagang mistakes ngayon na nagagawa yung JSK and Mineski knows how to capitalize. Just like that, they're baiting EXO. 3 members in exchange for 1. Definitely not work. Hashtag work. That will become 4-4-1. And there you go.
Camille wasted her ult for that.
Yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. What is Spear doing here? He managed to quick draw away from the ultimate of the Syndra. He's still willing to trade. Clearly, that is one of the most awkward use of a Baron.
That
of
is
the Baron play.
Yeah. Well, because of that, it costed them an ace.
I mean, they get ace when supposedly they have the momentum. And right now, that is...
Goodbye mid lane tower pa.
That is because hindi masyado na-punish si Senso dito on the Draven. So, you know, there's an added heavy threat in the back line. Not to mention na may threat na nga already mula sa maraming bola nila. Syndra, ni TG, tsaka ni EXO.
Burst all the way.
Classic ano to, etong dalawang to, EXO tsaka TG. Pangalan na to sa League of Legends Philippines. Parang may pagka-dynastic na yung pangalan na to. Bilang duo na nakapunta.
May mark na ginagawa na pala yung Exosen tsaka TG.
Kasi ano to ito yung bottom duo na naglaro talaga sa Worlds, di ba? And right now, may synergy pa rin sila ngayon. Parehas yung nature ng champion nila. Parehas may mga bola. Ganyan. So, right now you can see, that's a 6-kill lead there. Shockwave once again, one final hit, and instant 300 for Exosen. Again, JSK with the positioning. Please, you need to ward up. Please, you need to not face check. Because you're giving away objectives like this for free for
Another
Mineski.
dragon buff for Mineski.
Yeah. JSK would need to like take a deep breath and really recuperate. Because right now, these are wins by Mineski that are unnecessary. I think there's a pick-off onto Weasel and won't be able to escape. Look at that. Look at that.
Sabang dalawang.
Yeah, always 4-4-1. Always 4-4-1. Always 4-4-1. Again, easy lang. Easy bughati. Pakasabi niya ni Manjin. Chill lang. Group up. You got a wave clear. You got the wave clear. What can be done by JSK here is to wait for a force initiate by Mineski.
And then maybe use that to their advantage. Tapos again, going back sa rotation, proper timing, proper pasok.
Take note of the tendency din ng Mineski. whenever their front line, pumapasok sila, medyo napapabayaan na yung backline, and that would allow Weasel, really, to aim for the backline. Now, let's see, even Kaigu. Actually, that's a style mistake as well, fighting in melee range against Dashen. So, it's a 2-for-1 still, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, habang kahit namatay si Kaigo, they were able to take down one inner tower.
Let's see, this one, Exosen will go low. Also, the collateral damage comes in. Big double kill now for Spotless. This is, once again, JSK hyping us up, though. Nixta has a lot of damage. Grasping Roots won't connect. Here comes the badge. Here comes the badge. A spear has called it, and Weasel comes in. Nixta caught in the hexagon ultimatum, and it's a shutdown and an ace by JSK Esports.
Na-ace na kanina, but now they were saying that na-ace, we are giving you back another ace. And nakita natin doon na Cassiopeia was really good. Parang nakuha pa niya yung first few kills and stuff like that.
Ngayon ko lang din naalala na yung agimat ng JSK, yung badge. Tagal-tagal ko rin di nakita yan. So Lord,
Actually, iniintay ko nga yun kanina eh.
This is the complacency of MSK. They replicated most of their engage dito ulit. Squad goals tayo, sugod tayo. Ang problema, walang Shen to. Walang Shen yung laban na to. And yeah, in an instant, just proper positioning, Spotless managed to claw her way from 2 members. Ito, this is just, you know, a game in the back. And of course, the iconic badge ng JSK.
Yun talaga yun eh.
Yeah. Clearly, it was a mistake by Mineski. Not accounting for the petrifying gaze. I think that's a 3-man petrifying gaze, if I'm not, at the least, dun sa bottom lane. And that's big, especially paired with the, I think, collateral damage din. Dulo ng collateral damage yung tumama. So that's max out damage. You could see the burst potential by JSK. JSK is still in this game, ladies and gentlemen.
And putting on a little bit or more of emphasis kanina sa fight na yun. Inon nila si Exosen.
Oo. Unang-una si Exosen. Pakasalon ni Exosen ng collateral damage after petrifying gaze. The
Wala na siya nagawa.
next Twin Fang is on Exosen as well. Clearly, easy lang. Kasi yun mga talo ng JSK kanina, hindi yun talo out of skill. Mistakes talaga yun.
So sabi mo parang pinaplano pa nila yung talong yun.
Mispositioning nga lang yun. Ayaw, yung Manjin style, yung patalo muna sa una. Ganyan.
Ito pangalawang mananalo.
Lose the early game, lose the game.
Wow, and here we have...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Dive in, but it's gonna be JSK's battle for the taking. His X-Tech holds him at him in the back line. Exosen uses the Zonya's Hourglass, trying to buy some time. Weasel, though, doesn't know who to target as he is the only one left alone with the proper targeting and proper mechanics, and Zen shows damage as well. It's an ace. All win for Mineski.
An ace for an ace. Sunod-sunod yung ace. They really are all out in this game.
Yes, clearly in this game full of ace as well. Ace style compared to the game against Rebirth Gamers Hub. This is not gonna be your story. This is mine, says Zensho. Mineski will close this game.
And here we have Mineski pushing into those 2 turrets and eventually into that Nexus, and will probably bag the game.
You know, ang ano talaga lang dito sa game na to is hindi siya ganun ka-informative. Like, nanalo yung Mineski kasi mas magaling sila sa JSK. Well, you know, that's alam mo naman na ang true statement is the win-lose ratio. Is the win-lose ratio. Yun naman talaga yung talagang true statement ng galing din. Wala naman tayo ibang basis talaga. Pero bitin pa ako. Bitin pa ako sa game na to.
So, wow ka pa for more action.
Kasi, like, mistakes yun ng JSK, and JSK is very, very capable of, you know, doing a fight.
Countering, okay.
Okay, so, you know, post-game analysis, what are your takes?
Mineski really lived up sa sinabi nila magiging aggressive, conservative sila. Sinagulat ako doon. Pero, going back ko sinabi mo na JSK may have a couple of mistakes. That is true. But, tingnan natin kung ano yung gagawin nila to recuperate those mistakes.
Oo nga, I mean, clearly, bitin pa ako kasi mistakes lang yun. Ako mapagpatawad ako sa mistakes.
Wow!
Mistakes lang yun. Ang solid na laban is talagang, eto, ginawa na yung lahat, tas eto, ginawa na yung lahat. Well, parang sa manila ginagawa yung lahat, pero may nagawa lang silang hindi kailangan.
An ace for, gusto kong i-emphasize yung an ace for an ace.
Kasi what happened was pick-ups, ladies and gentlemen, na, you know, misposition by JSK Esports, and that's how Mineski. And eto, veteran din to. Whenever you make a mistake, Mineski knows how to follow up with that. Okay, so for the end game screen, what are your thoughts?
You have her stats, tapos Spear and Exocen, I would like to give emphasis sa kanilang dalawa. Not because mataas yung kills nila, but nakita natin na una, si Spear yung parang all over the map. But eventually, yung mukha ni Oriana yung nagpa-flash sa screen.
Yeah. I think it's a different story nga talaga compared dun sa laban nila with Rebirth Gamers Hub, where it's like A-style story. This time, it is Spear. Kasi do take note, guys, na yung jungler ng JSK dito, 4 na bans yung nakuha niya. But he still has the Graves. He's been effective with it. Not to mention ang kalaban niya, Nixta, magaling na jungler yan. Magaling na jungler yan.
Regardless kung they're trying to shut down his pool, kayang-kaya pa niyang mag-go over that.
Yeah, and EXO again. EXO, yeah, being consistent, really making a statement of how good he is in the ADC, or how good he has been in the ADC position in the mid lane. This is my lane as well.
He's owning that lane.
One of the names talaga for League of Legends Philippines. Guys, game 1 pa lamang po yan. Game 1 pa lamang po yan. Ako, bitin talaga ako.
Kung gano'ng kataas yung tension para sa inyo, game 1 pa to. Ano pa sa game 2?
Ako, bitin talaga ako. Gusto ko malaman talaga kung may palag nga ba yung JSK Esports against the, an established team. Mineski, if Mineski will close this one, 2-0 ako magiging 1-1 pa rin. And continue the question. Guys, this is game 1 for the day 1 ng ikalawang linggo ng Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split. At kami po yung naging shoutcaster for this game. Ako po, Shibu with the 1-4-9. And of course, Yuko, powered by Bacchus Energy Drink. Drive your energy. We'll be right back for game 2.
Out sa bot lane, we could hear it na hinahabol si A-Style.
Okay. So, there we go nga, as we would want to mention, continuing this team fight, grasping roots, catches TG, huli ang bola dito ng ating Sidra, and now leading the fray is gonna be Weasel, and JSK Esports will come in big, 3-1, it's our scoreboard, they might go, and a good participation, but take note of the high APA that A-Style is giving to this game. Now you can see the paranoia onto A-Style, now the Shadow Dance won't connect on the Spirit, but will he be able to survive? He flashes off! Kaigo will slay him down. It's a shutdown and a 2-for-1 in favor of Mineski.
Actually, one of the things I would like to give emphasis is feeling ko, kaya nila
Go, ladies and gentlemen, Nix the Ultimate, dala-dala ang Shen! Ninja umahay ng bala, Shockwave onto Spotless with the Thunderlord's Decree. There's the burst that you'll get. Weasel will blow away EXO as well. So it's a 1-for-1, both players are removed from the map. Submit by Doctor, and in an instant, JSK will lose their ADC. Awkward positioning for Spotless, plus flash in as well by Kaigu. Petrified Gaze, this is all up for JSK. Double kill na si EXO dito. And just like that, in an instant, EXO with the massive play, coming in big against the bottom duo of JSK. Sayang na sayang. Just like that, they're baiting EXO. 3 members in exchange for 1. Definitely not work. Hashtag work. That will become 4-for-1. And there you go. This one, EXO will go low. Also, the collateral damage comes in big. Double kill now for Spotless. This is once again JSK hyping us up though. Nixta has a lot of damage. Grasping Roots won't connect. Here comes the badge! Here comes the badge! A Spear has called it and Weasel comes in! Nixta caught in the Hexagonal Ultimatum and it's a shutdown and an ace by JSK. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, dive in! But it's gonna be JSK's battle for the taking! This X-Tech ultimatum in the back line. Exocet uses the Zonia's Hourglass, trying to buy some time. Weasel though doesn't know who to target as he is the only one left alone with the proper targeting and proper mechanics, and Zen shows damage as well. It's an ace! All win for Mineski. Against Rebirth Gamers Hub. This is not gonna be your story. This is mine, says Zencho. Mineski will close this game.
You have Mineski pushing into those 2 turrets and eventually into that Nexus, and will probably bag the game.
Nanalo yung Mineski kasi mas magaling sila sa JSK. Well,
Welcome to the League of Legends Champion Spotlight, featuring Warwick, the uncaged wrath of Zod.
Got any bright ideas?